One of the fundamental principles is that the building should belong to the place. It should be in tune with the context, the surroundings, the nature and the landscape. And this particular project, it's designed for one of my friends who is a little senior to me. We play badminton every day. It's an elderly couple. Their children are all settled abroad. They wanted something like a 4-bedroom house, and it's a small site relatively, about 580 square yards for 10 cents, or about 500 square meters. The site has roads on 3 sides. Absolutely there is no vegetation, no plants, no green, but the surroundings is totally green, and the northern side of the property is also lower. The southern side is at par and the western side is little higher. They wanted a 4-bedroom house in 2 stories with a living and dining, with a kitchen, a work area, and of course they wanted it to be in tune with nature. They didn't want something that is very luxurious, something very simple and not very flashy sort of things. Kerala has a tropical climate, which means it's hot, humid, and the advantage is that the temperature variation doesn't go beyond 20 degrees. The maximum it goes up to 39 degrees and doesn't go below 21 degrees. So the advantage is that you can live with a kurta and a lungi for throughout the year. So what you need in a tropical climate is that you want cross ventilation. You don't need air conditioning, but you need air movement. The advantage is that you don't have to control the climate inside. You can have a free flow of space without any interruptions. The site is not rectangular, its side is trapezoidal. This is the main road, from this is a sub road, and if you take a cross section of the site, this is the western side, which is slightly higher, then you have the street, then you have the property, then the eastern side is going down, and on the western side the property is higher, as well as we have a lot of large trees. So the sun from the western side is protected by the trees. We have the sea on the western side. So the wind direction comes from the western side as well as from the southwest. So in a residential building, we spend almost 8 hours in the bedrooms where we sleep. So that has to be well ventilated. So I decided to put the bedrooms on the west and southwest, and I bought the toilets in between. The kitchen should not be smelly, the smell should not come into the house. So I put the kitchen on the northeast. The wind takes the smell away. We connected the kitchen with the bedrooms, and that is the dining cum living. Then we have a modern kitchen here. The entrance is from the northwest side, and here we have a carporch with a veranda. The particularity of the site is that it's totally naked to all the 3 roads. So we have to give privacy to the building. That's why we bought in a jali wall. And there are jalis here. This undulating jali wall gives character to the building. That lets in all the air into the house, and that protects, gives privacy to the house. And on the eastern side of the living cum dining, we have a courtyard. And on the western side also we have the courtyard. So this jali wall protects the sun from the east as well as from the west. At the same time, it lets in the air into the house. The living room has full large windows on the eastern side and the western side. So this place between the bedroom and the kitchen, it's a double height space, and we have the stairs starting from here, going up here, and it comes to the bedroom on top, 2 bedrooms on top with the toilets. The terrace of the building is totally landscaped. We have totally kept the terrace waterproof. Then we put the geotech membrane on top. The excavated earth is put on top of the slab, so that we can have vegetation. We can have the vegetable garden, we can have small fruit trees, and that keeps the building cool. The perimeter wall is also with jali, so that the wind comes in even with through the perimeter wall. There is a black beam supporting the carporch, roof which is glass, and the counterweight is with a concrete cylinder. That also gives another character to the building. The challenge of the site was that we have to give privacy to the building even though it has roads on all the three sides. The eastern side is a little lower. So the minimum setback we have kept on all the four sides, what the rule permits. So everything else is brought into the house. The sound moves from east to west. And 9 months of the time the sun moves on the southern hemisphere. So I have kept the pergolas on top of the courtyard in the north-south direction so that the sun is broken. And we have given a depth of about 40-50 centimeters to the pergolas. So the direct sun doesn't come in. At the same time it keeps the shadow inside. Enough for the plants inside. We have given almost shade-loving plants inside the courtyards. And also this kept it totally open to the sky. When it rains, the rain comes into the courtyard. And you can feel it from the inside. Because we have given high windows, large windows on the eastern and western side of the living cum dining hall. We have given a lot of thought to the exterior jali wall. We thought initially we will go with perforated steel sheets because that also gives a different character. The problem is steel sheets that they need maintenance. We need to paint it every year. So we thought we will go with exposed brick all around. That make it look very economic, because every year when you have an exposed brick wall, you don't have to paint it. So in the end of the day, when you look at the life of the building, the money you save on painting will be much bigger than the initial investment. The design of the jali itself, the undulating pattern, that gives a stability to the design. See, if you make a brick jali that is straight, it's not stable. But if you have a curved wall, that by itself is stable. So then you have, what we do is, we have one brick here, on top of that another brick, but you have a piece here. This is 33 centimeter brick wall. You have 23 and 11.5. When we go vertically 8 bricks up, we have a concrete belt inside. So that's not visible from outside because the brick wall goes straight. Like if you look at the perspective 3D, these all are connected together by a concrete belt at the 8th brick vertically. So that keeps it stable. So that undulating shape gives stability to the brick wall. If you look at the brick jali wall, you totally conceal the building inside because we have painted the building inside totally dark grey. If it is white, that will be seen through the gap inside the jali wall. At the same time, you can see the green of the courtyard inside, the plants coming out, the creepers going up, all this can be visible. And also the trees on top, the fruit trees, miniature trees on top, all are visible. But unfortunately, the problem is that the terrace could not be landscaped now with a lawn because they have scarcity for water in summer. By June, at that time, we will have plenty of water and that will be troughed totally. So the main building is like that. It's inside one square roof. And this is the carporch. So the carporch, we have given a light roof. That is laminated glass. One side we can support on this wall. The next side we have a cantilevered beam, for which we need to have a counterweight. So we have decided to put a counterweight with a cylindrical concrete mass. So that balances the weight of the carporch beam on the cylindrical mass. If you look at the section, we have a pergola here, we have the jali wall coming here, this is the courtyard portion and this is the building portion. We have the window here. So if you look at the sun path, the sun, when it is directly at 12 o'clock above the head, the sun comes in. At 3 o'clock it cuts, at 9 o'clock it cuts. So that makes it very dramatic inside the building. Gives a lot of life inside the building. And on the western side also we have done the same thing. And for the large glass windows, there is no grill. We have given a motorized rolling grill. So that when we have a sliding window, you can keep the sliding window open and keep the grill down, all the wind comes in. The terrace is in 2 level. The kitchen we have only 1 floor. The kitchen and the work area we have 1 floor. So when you get on top of the carporch, you can walk into the kitchen terrace, which is a vegetable garden. And on top of the first floor, we have put all earth and ready for the lawn. And also at the corners, we have planted like papaya, mango trees. A lot of fruit trees are kept on top. Dwarf trees, not the tall ones, with more soil around it. We have a landscape architect. The name of the firm is Suhasa.
On discussing with the architect, what I understood was the interior should also relate to the exterior of the building and everything should merge together. The interior design basically revolves around 5 major materials: wood, brass, cane, uh, terracotta tile for the flooring, and white. Cane is a tropical material, and also more than its aesthetic nature or the feel that it gives to the space, the way it's weaved, there are holes inside in between the weaving. So it gives cross ventilation to all the furniture, and the cane has been also used for the wardrobe shutters. So it also serves the purpose of cross ventilation, which is very much needed for a tropical space. Accents of brass were introduced in all the elements like furniture, table lamps, wall lamps, etc. So that it adds a touch of elegance also into the interior design. Red is a very warm and saturating color, and when you give it for the flooring, it can be seen everywhere in the house. So to balance it out, the backdrop was given white color. So for all the furniture, rosewood was used, and for the other elements of the house like door shutters and window frames, teak wood was used, which is of a lighter color. So the rosewood gives it a bit of an antique and a heavy feel. The courtyard inside the house brings nature and green into the whole picture, which gives coolness to the eyes. So the layout of the bedrooms were planned in such a way that the headrest of the bed faces the east. When one gets up in the morning, he or she gets the first rays of the sun, and scientifically this is said to be good for the body. And then you have the wardrobes facing the west. This is the entrance to the bedroom, and then you have the toilet here. Wardrobe shutters hides the bathroom door so that any direct visual connectivity to the bathroom is avoided. And from here you will get only the complete view of the wardrobe, which again was designed as another aesthetic feature with wooden frames and also brass handles. For the bedrooms, there are no false ceilings. Again, this was done consciously so that any extra or additional cost could be avoided. So the design style from the rest of the house itself is continued into the bedrooms. The ventilation to the bathrooms were given into the courtyard for privacy reasons. But because of this, there was less light in the bathrooms. Solution to this was to use very light colors in the bathroom, so that maximum whatever light is there, that would be reflected, and it could be the maximum light could be harnessed. There are no shelves or any other elements that protrude out from the wall. I've created niches inside the wall and then given all these storages.
Because the client is good, understanding, the project came out much better than what we initially conceived.
And more than the client or the architect, the project belongs to this site particularly, and it stands out uniquely, or it was made for this site.
This design can be copied because that is designed for that particular context. If you copy that in a particular other site, it will be a total misfit.